What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 12 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Today we are using the last of my 5 rental teams video for the month. If you haven't checked out that video already, please do. It's got some really cool teams. So this one is kind of the pair restricted team of the month, and it is Groudon and Kyogre. So the idea really is we are utilizing both of these restricteds in order to play around with the weather and also just kind of have some fun. So first of all, we do have Groudon. So it is similar to an Assault Vest variant. I thought that having high horsepower it's really valuable given the fact that there are a lot of times where if you're in a 1v1 that higher accuracy than Precipice Blades is going to be helpful. So definitely wanted it there. Citrus Berry mainly because we want the Assault Vest on Kartana. So I thought that Citrus Berry could help with longevity versus physical threats. Next up, we do have Kyogre. So this is a Mystic Water Kyogre, pretty straightforward. It is going to be able to fire off Origin Pulse, Water Spout, and Ice Beam. Normally, I go with Scald on Kyogre, but I thought having access to Origin Pulse was more beneficial. So next up, we do have Kartana. So Kartana has really been picking up in usage, and I think for a really good reason. I think it does offer quite a bit of utility and just a very strong offensive presence. So a very standard set there. Not much to say there. Really, it's going to be paired with Kyogre for that rain mode. Next up, we do have Charizard. So Charizard going there for the Sun mode. It is Protect, Heat Wave, Air Slash, Ancient Power. So a really great Dynamax candidate, especially with that Life Orb, just being able to fire off massive amounts of damage. I also did want it to be useful outside of Max, which is why I opted for Heat Wave and Air Slash over things like Blast Burn and Hurricane. So Charizard, just a really strong option that can work well with Groudon. Next up, we do have Whimsicott. So this is pretty standard Whimsicott. We do have Helping Hand. Really, given the fact that we do have just quite a bit of offensive pressure, and being able to help with that is really important. And then finally, we do have Regieleki. Regieleki has also been picking up in usage. We are going with the Hyper Beam variant, just so we can have a better answer into things like Gastrodon, and also just a more reliable form of speed control into ground types. So we do have the code on the screen. We'll have the paste in the description. And with that, let's just get rocking and rolling and move into the first game. All right, battle number 1, and it is Zacian Yveltal. So an archetype that has actually recently picked up a lot in popularity. So it is Zacian Yveltal with Incineroar, Grimmsnarl, Regieleki, and Venusaur. So this is tricky. I like Groudon a lot, but Groudon does have to obviously worry about a lot of different things. So what we can do is I like Groudon Whimsicott. I do like Regieleki. Charizard is tempting, but I probably want to max. Let's do Charizard Whimsicott lead with Groudon and Regieleki. Yeah, let's stick with that. I think what we can do is we can try to set up Charizard for we can try and set up Charizard for dealing as much damage as possible and really taking advantage of the speed control. So it might be worth going for a Protect if we see a Grimmsnarl. We also do have access to Helping Hand, so that can be really big, as we are going to see Regieleki Grimmsnarl. So that's fine. I do want to go for a Tailwind and go for a... Yeah, so let's go for a Tailwind here and just go for a Protect. I don't necessarily see a reason for us to commit quite yet. We do have access to switch in to Groudon to better deal with the Regieleki. So feeling pretty good about it. I do want to max Charizard though. I think the Wildfire is going to be important. Obviously, if they commit their max to Regieleki, we do have the ability just to really easily switch into Groudon. So I think that really is going to be beneficial for us. So let's just kind of see how it plays out. As we are going to see, we are going to see the max Aleki, which is a little scary because of the fact that we are going to take damage on Charizard as a result of us just going for a Protect as opposed to a Max Guard. So that is a scary, especially given the fact that, right, you have Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl can go for the Thunder Wave, and we just don't want to deal with that. Protect comes out. We have to hope it's not Fake Out Grimmsnarl, as we are going to see perfect. We are going to get the Tailwind off. So we should see probably a light screen here. So I mean, in all honesty, we could have gone for a max wildfire. I think this was probably a little unnecessary, as we're going to see the lightning come out into Wimmy. That did a lot of damage. So that did more than I expected, but we can, okay, so it is Life Orb, Regieleki. I'm going to go for a Moonblast here, and I'm going to swap into Groudon. Right, Groudon being able to resist the hit from Aleki. The issue, though, is Regieleki is going to be faster than my Groudon under Tailwind, so that's definitely a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, we are going to see the Thunder Wave, which is something I was worried about. Moonblast going to come out. This should do hopefully a decent amount of damage onto the Grimmsnarl. I would have liked a little bit more, but you know, it is what it is. And perfect, right? Max Lightning into Groudon. We now have the ability to go for a Helping Hand as well as a Precipice Blades here. I think it makes sense just to try and fire off as much damage as possible, right? And we are basically pinning their Aleki. I'm sure they have Max Strike, which is something to be of concern, as Reflect, yeah, is going to come out here. I really hope it's not Max Strike, but we're going to see. Okay, perfect. Lightning going to come out into Whimsicott, which is great, because that means we are going to get as much damage off as possible, and we can fire off just a really big Precipice Blades here. We are unfortunately missing something, and it looks like we missed the Regieleki, which you never want to see, and the Grimmsnarl also lives. So I'm going to bring out my Regieleki here, because of the fact that I don't want to commit to max quite yet. I don't really need to, right? And we know that this Grimmsnarl has, what's it called? We know that it has T-Wave, so it can't lower my speed, which means I'm free to fire off an Electro Web here and go for a high horsepower onto this Regieleki without really much fear. We also do have the Electric Terrain boost, which is going to be huge, but the idea of being able to lower their Regieleki speed and fire off a high horsepower from Groudon, which should be able to outspeed. Yeah, because Calyrex can outspeed. Okay, perfect. So we did stall out their max really effectively, right? They just got rid of Whimsicott. Oh, that's bad. That is really bad. That's that is, as the children say, very, very, very bad. We really needed to KO the Grimmsnarl there. We at least get rid of their Aleki. We are going to take a Spirit Break, which is... Oh, a Foul Play. Foul Play is fine. It's not ideal. In all honesty, it really isn't. But we should still be in really good shape, right? Because... Venusaur is tricky. Venusaur's speed is doubled. What we can do is we can Electro Web. Our Tailwind is gone. Let's just go for a Fire Punch. I do want to preserve the max for Charizard. Not that it really is going to matter in this endgame. I shouldn't preserve the max for Charizard because Electric Terrain... okay, no, because Venusaur's at -1. We're going to see the Earth Power into Aleki. Aleki is not going to live. Shocker. As we're going to fire off a Fire Punch in the Sun, which should be enough for a KO. That was not what was supposed to happen. We are going to see a Weakness Policy on Venusaur, which is fine, right? You're going to take burn damage. Unfortunately, the issue, though, is it looks like the burn damage is not going to get a KO the subsequent turn. So this should be a Zacian in the back, right? We are going to see probably Zacian. Yeah, we're going to see the Zacian come out here. So what? Let's think about this. We protect... If this is the last turn of Sun, which it should be, Harsh Sunlight, perfect. What we do is we go for a Protect here, and we go for Precipice Blades. And then what we can do is we can go for a wildfire into their Zacian. Okay, that's perfect. This should be a okay. It's gonna be Leaf Storm into Groudon, which is fine. We are going to lose Groudon here, but we're getting a drop in Venusaur's special attack, and what we can do now, like I said, is we can wildfire the Charizard. I mean, not the Charizard, the Zacian, because we'll get the KO there. So we just need to hope that a combination of, I mean, this is Life Orb Wildfire into what's it called? Into Zacian. So I mean, we could. The issue is, right, like if you protect and sleep powder, there's not really good counterplay to that, right? Because if you don't, that's where it's really tricky. So 70% chance to win the game, because this should be a protect on Zash. Okay, interesting. You're going straight for the Behemoth Blade. This will do a good chunk. Charizard, we can fire off the wildfire. So the question now is, will this be enough? I don't think so. So we need the sleep powder to miss. That's what it comes down to. It doesn't. So a little bit unfortunate there, right? Because now what's going to happen is the wildfire is not going to pick up the KO. Oh, it does pick up does it pick up? Okay, perfect. It does pick up the KO there. So I thought it wasn't. I forget that wildfire just does like an absurd amount of damage. So we are going to be able to clutch this one out. I think preserving Charizard for the end game was really huge for us, right? We were able to kind of save it. And even though we only got one turn of wildfire, it really ended up being all we needed. And I think, we were able to utilize it really effectively. I thought that Aleki was also just a really good partner with Groudon, which is not something you see too often. So really glad that worked out. And let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Palkia Calyrex. So it is Palkia Calyrex with Incineroar, Regieleki, Tapu Fini, and Amoonguss. So what? Kartana, I think, is really big here, just given the fact that, Kartana can deal with Palkia. It has a favorable matchup into Aleki, Fini, and Amoonguss. So I do like Kartana. I like Kartana with Kyogre. The other two are, I think, going to be a little tricky. I do like Regieleki. Yeah, I think Regieleki is solid, and then Waving has Helping Hand, and it has Focus Sash. So I don't think we can deny them Trick Room. Right? We can't deny them Trick Room because they do have the ability just to... I mean, okay, so what? If they do Palkia Incin and they fake out Kartana, that is my only hope. We are going to see Palkia Regieleki. Palkia Regieleki I can work with. Right? Because we... what do you need to outspeed Regieleki at +1? I don't know. Let's do some quick mental math here. Check summary. 170, so 180 plus 90, 270. So Kartana doesn't outspeed, which is annoying, but we do have a max overgrowth here and a swap into our Regieleki. Let's swap into our Regieleki. That can help with stuff, right? Like, Regieleki doesn't really like Kartana because even if you are the Hyper Beam variant, like, what is Hyper Beam really going to do? So I think they properly identified the right lead. I think Regieleki here hopefully can come in clutch. We are going to see us maxing Kartana, so that's great. I don't expect a Palkia max, right? I expect you want to save that. So it does make things just a little bit tricky. But if you don't go for it, we're in good shape. We do obviously have to be a little bit wary, though, of the fact that we don't have Focus Sash on Regieleki. Okay, we are going to see Palkia Max. This could mean... I know that there's a lot of Palkias that are recently carrying Max Flare, which I don't really like, but I don't get to make the decisions. So we'll see about that. We should see potentially a Thunderbolt instead of an Electroweb onto both. So the okay, so it is going to be an Electroweb, which is fine with me, right? Kartana going to take not that much. Unfortunate crit onto our Regieleki. Please don't be a Max Flare. I will cry. We are going to, yep, see the Max Flare come out onto Kartana. Jesus Christ. That's unfortunate. As, yeah, we're going to do next to nothing here. We are going to give Palkia access to recovery. So what we need to do is... We're not going to get this attack off, which is the sad part. Let's go for this. So what happens, right, is... Yeah, okay, so we're going to be at -2. I need to hope that we... All these crits. I need to hope that we still outspeed their Palkia. Okay, perfect. We're going to outspeed their Palkia, which is great. We're going to get you to -1, and we're going to get Regieleki to -1 as well. So now what's going to happen is it's going to be a speed tie. Yes, okay. This was actually pointless when we remember the fact that I have Whimsicott, so none of this actually matters. Wormwind going to come out into a Lecky. Okay, so that's interesting, right? We can, okay, because now what we can do is we can bring out Whimsicott. We can bring out Whimsicott and go for a Tailwind. We are only at -1 with Kartana, so this will bring... Oh, wait, we're at -1. So Tailwind brings us the same to +1, which means Regieleki is still faster. No, because you're at -1. Okay, perfect. We max Overgrowth. We max Overgrowth the Regieleki, and we set up Tailwind. Whimsicott should be able to beat Palkia 1v1 because of the fact that it has Moonblast. So, right, you can bring it down to its Sash, but I don't think that that's going to matter. What we want to do, though, is we do want to get rid of their Regieleki, because that's going to put a damper on Palkia, or Kyogre, if you will. So we want to eliminate the Regieleki. This will let us... we are going to see a swap, which I think was a very good play by them. This is going to be, yep, instant. I think that was expected and definitely a little unfortunate, because I would have obviously played that out very differently. We are still going to get damage onto them, but we are going to probably lose Kartana, which I don't think is a horrible thing. Right? Let's think about this, right? Losing Kartana... Oh! Okay, okay, to be fair, they crit me twice. I am not upset about that. So what? We have Tailwind up, so I think there's a chance that they go for a Tailwind. I mean, not a Tailwind, a Trick Room. So I actually need to... I'm going to double up Palkia. I'm going to Leaf Blade it and Moonblast it. Just because, like I said, they can set up Trick Room. And I can't really let that happen because we will just kind of auto lose from that position. So, yeah, we gotta put on the pressure, especially because Ogre cannot max at this point. So we're going to see the fake out, yep, into Whimsicott, which I think is the right choice. Leaf Blade, perfect. Okay, great. Critical hit, that definitely mattered. You got 2 crits. I'm not really too upset. So this is great, right? Kartana is now back to neutral. We do have the Tailwind going for us. We do have the ability to fire off Helping Hand attacks. So your what's it called? Your Ensign should be pinned at this point, right? We can Sacred Sword hit it. We can fire off a Moonblast into Kartana. So I mean, not into Kartana, into Regieleki. So that is really good for us, as we are going to see Calyrex come out. Calyrex, I'm not super worried about. I'm gonna just Sacred Sword here and Moonblast the let's just Helping Hand. You could protect right to Flare Blitz, which is kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm really hoping for that. We're gonna see no. Okay, don't listen to me. That's fine. We are gonna at least get the KO onto you. We could see a Glacial Lance, which is actually really scary. That's really bad because Tailwind's about to expire and I have to bring out Kyogre. I should have protected there. That's bad. That is very bad. Well, we still have Tailwind. Grass is gone. Kyogre comes out. Yeah, because you bring out a Lecky. You protect to stall out my Tailwind. I should have hit into Calyrex here. My saving grace is they forget that I have Tailwind. We have 1 turn left. Yeah, you double protect. We click Water Spout. It should be a very easy double protect from them, followed by a Thunderbolt from Regieleki the subsequent turn into my Kyogre. So we are going to see, yep, a Regieleki protect. We should see Calyrex protect as well. So what? The correct play would have been... I should have gone for Helping Hand Strike into... I mean, we'll play it out. I know it's what's going to happen, but you know, maybe I'll double crit Origin Pulse and they'll miss a Thunderbolt. Oh, it's Wild Charge. It's physical. Yeah, it's not a chance. Yeah, so if I had protected Whimsicott, I'm actually curious on the Kartana versus Calyrex, which was like, yeah, Calyrex Ice, non-Dynamax. Kartana was at neutral. Helping Hand, Smart Strike. Yeah, so even with Helping Hand, we would not have been able to KO the Calyrex. We would have if we were at +1, and I don't think we were. So overall, I think, yeah, I mean, they played their out very, very, very well. They recognized how to deal with me, and it paid off. So can't really be upset, but let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Brynja-sun. So it is Incineroar, Zacian, Charizard, Groudon with a Grimmsnarl, Gastrodon. So the thing is, this order looks different to the point where I don't know if it is actually Rinya's variant, but we're gonna do Whimsicott, Charizard, Kartana, Kyogre in the back. I think this makes the most sense. Right, we can set up. I think getting Wildfire off is going to be important. I don't know if it's the Charty Berry, which makes this really tricky, right? I know a lot of people have stopped using Charty. Also, I think it's fine. Okay, so we're gonna see Instant Charizard. Let's do this. I am curious on Chardy Berry. There's no sun, which is important. Ancient Power. Dynamax. No weather. With the Chardy Berry, Rockfall. Okay, so Helping Hand is not enough for a KO. So what happens? So what we have happen is we're gonna protect Whimsicott. You should go for Fake Out onto Wimmy. We should see a Rockfall come out. We're gonna see an Airstream. Smart. Onto Wimmy, right? Wimmy is going to live, and so what we can do now is we can fire off a Rockfall. We fire off a Rockfall. Yeah, okay. So this is what we do. We go for a Tailwind, and we go for a Rockfall onto their Charizard. We saw no Life Orb, so this suggests to me that your Chardy Berry, which, right, if I had protected and just gone for a Rockfall turn 1, I would have won. It's fine. We need to prevent a second Tailwind, as we are going to see the Chardy. So if we had gone for it last turn, we would have been in really good shape, as this is going to fire off. 50%. So what happens now is we need to not see an Airstream from you. Perfect. Okay, this is actually great, right? You're going to Rockfall into my Charizard. I am going to lose Charizard. I don't lose Charizard. That was not supposed to happen, in all honesty. This actually is a little bit awkward now. Is it awkward? It's not. We are ahead in speed. So what we can do now is we can bring out Kyogre, right? We bring out Kyogre. Kyogre is going to just nuke. Yeah, okay. Kyogre is great here because Kyogre is Kyogre faster? Charizard at +1 is 250. So this Kyogre should be faster than that. Yeah, it is. It's like, yeah. We have a free Water Spout as well as let's Wildfire the Instant slot. Right, Instant is more likely to switch out into Groudon, and I feel like even like it's Mystic Water stab super effective. I feel like this should still KO Charizard at this range. And so basically what we want to do is we want to, okay, yeah, we're going to see the swap Instant. This should be Groudon, right? It's going to be Gastrodon. Gastrodon is fine. We do have Kartana in the back, so that's actually totally fine with me. We are going to get the Wildfire chip off onto their Gastrodon. It is going to do just a little bit, but that's really fine with me, right? Because we are going to get the Wildfire and they're not, which is huge. We can now I'm going to, what do I want to do? I'm fine to double this up. Right, we do have Kartana. So Kartana really is going to be crucial here. I just need Charizard to get knocked out. I am glad we did get the Wildfire off, though, because that really is going to help. Really, if it's just, I mean, it's really just going to be into Gastrodon and Instant. So not the biggest deal. We are going to see Charizard swap out. This should be Groudon, which is totally fine with me because you are going to boost the damage from Charizard because of the solar power activation. So this is going to do a really, really hefty chunk into this Gastrodon, right? Yeah, that should put it in range of Wildfire, as Water Spout going to come out. So they are going to win the Weather War, right? But brutal. Just don't go for a Yawn. Okay, Earth Power is still bad. Earth Power is very bad. Wildfire is going to KO Gastrodon. Right? Because now, okay, let's think about this. I'm forced to bring out Kartana here. You're probably going to bring out Incin. Right? We should see Incin. Incin is low. The problem is Origin Pulse won't KO. Origin Pulse might. I have to Origin Pulse here, and I'm going to Sacred Sword the Incin slot. The main issue, though, is Charizard. Right? I don't have good damage into it. Also, we're going to see a fake out. This should be into Ogre. Yeah, it makes sense. Sacred Sword. I should have KO'd the Groudon. Because Groudon now fires off of Precipice Blades. And yeah, that double connect going to seal it up. So I played a little too aggressively in this endgame, which yeah, I played just too aggressively. I should have Rockfall turn 1, which would have made a really huge difference, but now we're just going to get KO'd by the Flare Blitz. I could have protected with Ogre. That would have actually been a really smart play, right? But I called the fake out into Kartana, given the fact that you expected to have an Assault Vest. But I think they definitely made the smart play, recognizing that Kartana can't get a KO there. So yeah, I think my opponent properly identified the threat. What I could have done, I mean, obviously hindsight is 2020, is protect Ogre, and no, because Charizard still wins that in the end game. Yeah, so just definitely, I think a little unfortunate. I think if Charizard had KO'd Gastrodon, that would have been really big, because then I would have been able to have Kyogre at full HP and would have had clear Water Spout, and it should have been a pretty straightforward one. So definitely a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. We will be using this team some more. Definitely make sure to try it out. And with that, yeah, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.